Monday, November 25th, was commemorated globally as the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. It also marked the beginning of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. The Gender Affairs Minister, Dr. Virginia Albert Poyet, has called on St. Lucians to join the world in adopting a zero-tolerance approach to violence against women and girls.
We have had many situations where women and girls find themselves victims of domestic violence, sometimes at the mercy of their partner. And we have to unite. We have to invest so that we can end that kind of violence. And I have indicated that the Department of Gender, it is not a department just for women, but it is a department that has to promote equality between both men and women.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre pointed out that the government of St. Lucia has invested considerable effort toward ending gender-based violence. That includes the enactment of the Domestic Violence Act of 2022.
The government has zero tolerance to any kind of violence, particularly violence against women. We were one of the first countries to have passed a Domestic Violence Act, and which criminalize violence against women. So I want to stand in solidarity with all women who have been violated or continue to be violated either verbally or physically, and urge that the whole community has a zero tolerance to that kind of behavior.
2 years after the historic passage of the domestic violence legislation in Parliament, reports are still emerging about police not responding to domestic disputes as required by the law. The minister noted that efforts are ongoing to improve the implementation of the Domestic Violence Act.
It's not just having an act and leave it there. We have to implement the act. And a lot of the activities that we are undertaking now is in response to this act. And we have done training for police officers so that they understand how to implement certain sections of the act. We also did training for magistrates so that they understand the implication of the act and how they handle disputes and matters that come before them. Before, when there was incidents of crime, the police would just lump everything as a criminal matter. But now they have to disaggregate it to know what is domestic and what is just a plain criminal matter. So that kind of data is coming in now, so that in the coming months, we should be able to see documentation of incidents and cases of violence.
Last year, the Department of Gender Affairs, in collaboration with the French Embassy, launched the Know Your Rights campaign in support of the implementation of the Domestic Violence Act. The 2-year project is aimed at shining a light on the rights of the public, especially young girls and women who are victims of violence. Some 600,000 euros have been provided by the French government towards this initiative.
We have had a number of activities. We have put up all the billboards all over trying to promote the idea of no violence against women. And as I said, as we observe the 16th day of activism that started on the 25th of November to the 10th of December, we are actually engaging in a lot of promotional activities to discourage violence against women and girls, at least for this period, and the ongoing training and other activities that the Department of Gender has been undertaking.
Members of the public have also been invited to participate in the activities in observance of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, which began with a church service on Monday. For the DBS News World, I am Zane Romulus.